We're live now.
Why is the character sheet doubled?
I don't know. I just noticed that this morning. Now that character sheet is custom. It was some HTML file I had to import. Matt's got some friend that does custom character sheets. So yeah, I don't know if I just pasted in wrong or...
I actually watched the actual play that they did of this, and they were each running 2 characters in case one died. So maybe they just decided to put them.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Well, the thing that's odd is I noticed that things I put into the top character sheet are also duplicated in the bottom character sheet.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I don't know if it's a functional thing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, we're live. People can see and hear us.
Oh, no. Well, there goes my idea that I was going to go do something real fast.
No, you fucking missed out, man. So, welcome to the goddamn show. I am Chuck, as always, and we're here tonight to play some Tiny Dungeons. We got some new faces, some familiar faces, some faces you might usually see somewhere else. So we're going to go through and do introductions. So tell us who you are, plug any of your pluggables, and then tell us who you're playing tonight. And if we want to make it really fun, tell us if you had to cast this character in a major Hollywood motion picture, what actor would you hire to play this character? Let's see, Dan, you're up first.
Oh, gosh. Who does a really good bear other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
I know, right?
Ernest Borgnine.
I don't even know who that is, but I'm going to take your word on it.
I mean, he was really great. He played a really great bear in Moana, I thought.
What?
But yeah, I'm playing Berthulu.
Now it's when Dan's internet decides to mess up entirely. Look at that. He's hard locked. His answer was so bad, his internet died.
No,
his internet rolled a 1.
He said the name of an ancient bear god, and now his internet's erupted.
Yeah.
I could hear you all still.
Well, it was one-sided.
Okay, there you are, yeah.
I hear you're mocking James.
I don't know. I could hear you all, but apparently you could not hear me.
Good lord.
Dan, what have you done?
Anyway,
It almost sounded like you went through a tunnel.
Are you driving right now?
Move on.
Okay, Jake,
No.
go ahead.
I like Dan. I'm with the Defenders of Kobold. Well, you're watching us now, so there's your plug. But I'll be playing a guy by the name of Olathan Coldbrow, who is a dwarven mortician. His motto is eat right, say your prayers, and try not to get killed. And if I had to pick an actor to play this guy, I would say Danny DeVito with Macho Man Randy Savage's head.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking he should say Danny DeVito. That's so fucking perfect. Absolutely. We're going to move back up. Bert.
Hey, I'm Bert, primary AGM and host of Steam Steel and Murder, the podcast. Do a little editing for a game something you guys have been doing with Chuck, The Dark Trails.
Yeah.
Which is just about done.
Oh, that's
Putting
fantastic.
the final touches on it. Tonight, I'm playing Titus Crow, the Salamar merchant, whose belief is a fool and his money are soon parted. Played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh, there you go.
Solid.
There we go. Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm from Grim and Perilous Studios. We like to make your Zweihander needs, which you can watch these beautiful bastards do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I highly recommend you do so. They're amazing.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to be playing a mean-ass old dwarf named Frabouty. His belief is to do unto others before they do unto you. And I'm hard-pressed because on one hand, I would really love a Christopher Walken character, but if I'm doing mean old man, I'm going to default to Sean Connery.
Oh, all right. There you go. Solid.
Mm-hmm.
And our newest face, I'll let you do your talking.
Hi, my name is Frenden. I'm an illustrator for television and tabletop RPGs, concept art kind of stuff like that. And I'll be playing Branch Dubois, who's a tree folk, and his belief is don't be a sap. Very punny, Branches.
That's great.
Wooden humor.
Uh-huh. Did we get to who's playing your character? What actor would you hire, or did I miss that?
No, Nick Nolte, young Nick Nolte.
Okay,
Yeah.
young Nick Nolte. There we go. I was looking at the template on the stream, and I just realized that I put placeholders for all of you. So it's Dan is person, Bert is person, Frenden is person.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just going to keep it there. I think it delivers upon itself.
We're all persons.
Yeah.
I am
Everyone's
somebody.
a person here.
Yeah.
All right. So 30 years ago tonight, the legendary Honky Tonk Man died and was interned in his crypt. Rumor had it that his magical guitar was buried in his crypt with him, but no one could ever gain entrance. Until, that is, some of the Honky Tonk Man's sheet music was discovered, because he seems like a real sheet music kind of guy. And through careful mathematical stuff and like numbers and some letters, it was translated that his crypt would open on the night of the 30th anniversary of his death. So you find yourselves in the Honky Tonk Man's crypt. The door at the back of the crypt slides open, revealing a set of stairs leading down that you hope you're the first person here, because God, you could sell that magical guitar for so much money. And that is where we're just going to hand it off. Joe is there asking if they went by the taco shop.
We got
no,
that taken
Joe,
care of.
I cut all that stuff out to actually get us to the dungeon.
Maybe we already did it, so now we don't have to go do it anymore.
Some of those curved tostada sandwiches I like so much.
Yeah.
We heard about this other party that just spent like 3 days at the taco shop and did not come out of it in a good way. So.
Taco
I
shops.
once killed a taco vendor in Reno just to watch him die.
That other party getting stuck at the top of taco shop is what let us get there first.
Okay, so yeah, you all find yourselves in the old crypt of the Honky Tonk Man. There's this giant golden sarcophagus there behind you that supposedly is the remains of the Honky Tonk Man. But at the back of this crypt behind it, you enter in and the door is open with dark and dusty stairs leading down. I'll let you take the wheel from here.
Oh, shit. We should probably go down those stairs.
All right. You head down these stairs. It's maybe 50 yards, slow descent, wide stairs. And you enter in to a peculiar room. Go ahead.
Are we the first? Is there any footprints in the dust?
Go ahead and give me just a test with advantage.
Test with advantage. All right, let's figure out how this
Start
works
us
here.
off on a good
advantage. So how do you roll dice on this thing? I think I just did.
You did. Are you Titus Crow?
Yep.
You did. You
Failure.
failed. Yep.
I'm sneezing on the dust.
You sneezed and you kick up any of the dust in the air. You're not sure if you're the first or not.
Let's just assume yes.
Well, the way I
able to
look at
afford a cleaning crew.
True. If somebody did come before us, it just means they set off the traps first and they do the work, and then we murder them, and then we take the guitar.
That's right.
There you go.
It's in our favor.
It is.
Yeah.
You all make it down to the bottom of these stairs, and you come across a rather peculiar room. It's a rectangular shape with the stairs coming down at one of the short ends. Standing in the center of this room is think like a steel cylinder, maybe 8 feet in diameter, It's covered in intricate gold inlay with music and guitars and other, effigies and whatnot of the Honky Tonk Man. Lined around it are 12 keyholes, and each keyhole set into this steel cylinder is kind of like shaped almost like a musical note. So there's a circle and then a line with a little flag coming off of the top. So rather peculiar shaped keyholes. On the walls to the right and the left of you, so these are the long walls in this room, there's a door set. Yeah, a door set into each wall. Steel or oak doors with iron banding on it. And if you kind of peer around the back of this steel cylinder in the center of this room, you see there's a hallway that continues further into the darkness. Now, I'm going to let you know it's pitch black down here, but you all have adventurer's kits, so presumably someone would have lit a torch. Is anyone carrying a torch or not carrying a torch?
I'm going to opt
I assume our tree
not
folk is
at the
not
moment.
carrying a torch.
As the resident wood-based life form, I'm gonna be a few paces back from anyone with a torch.
That's fair.
Do you have any weapons, tree folk man?
Yeah, I've got a nice large warhammer, steel, because I don't want to be swinging relatives around. That sounds like a bad idea. But
Yeah, okay. I'll try to, since I'm spell touched, I'm gonna try to cast a spell to make the end of his hammer glow like a torch.
Oh.
Sure, give me a standard check. No, you don't.
I'll try it again. There we go.
You try casting it the first time, and the surface of the hammer just kind of darkens a little bit, but not like it's absorbing light, like you just painted it a slightly darker shade of metal. You realize your mistake in the incantation. You cast it again, and now his torch is glowing a glow stick rave party green.
I'm glad you got that to work. I was rooting for you. It really was.
We all believe.
I was
mostly.
kind of hoping that I'd roll 2 more failures.
Yeah.
Nice
Third time's
party
the
trick.
charm. Yeah.
Hey, so these. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, some of us stand by the doors, and somebody else check out the barrel there. Does that sound good?
I'll go on ahead because I don't need a light to go in anyways. Maybe I won't draw any attention that way.
Okay.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, I'm checking
Try not
out
to
the
die in
cylinder.
there.
So, who's all checking out the cylinder?
I'm definitely checking out the cylinder. So these keyholes you said that were in it that look like musical notes.
Yep.
So are there enough notes there that could kind of play out the Honky Tonk's Man, maybe his most famous riff?
There's actually, looking around studying these holes, there's 12 of them. There's 12 of them, and above each keyhole, there's a letter, or in some cases, a handful of letters inscribed above them. So there's an A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then there's 4 more: A flat, B flat, D flat, and G flat. It's the major scale that's so
All notes. Okay.
all notes.
You said there were inscriptions and like pictograms of him, right?
Yeah, just pictograms of the feats of the Honky Tonk Man. You see, intricate kind of portraits of him defeating foes and playing ballads and wooing women.
Did he defeat his foes like El Kabong style? Like, just
Absolutely,
bashing him with a
100%.
guitar? Perfect.
100%.
Yeah. So like just take a good look at it, see if there's maybe a cache of keys somewhere.
No, you study it. I'm not going to make you roll for just studying this thing. But you study it for a few minutes, and you don't come across any clues of the location of these keys.
Rap on it. Is it hollow or solid?
You give it
Hollow.
a hello thunk thunk thunk, and it gives you a little echo back. So yeah, it feels like it's rather thick metal, but yeah, you definitely get the impression that it's hollow.
Is it affixed to the ground?
Looking at the top and the bottom of it, it actually looks like it's setting on top of the ground. Like you could maybe like wiggle a little dagger underneath of it. And it actually looks like it's actually descending from the ceiling.
I feel like it's important to ask if the floor is also hollow.
You knock on the floor and it sounds like a, solid stone floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You never know.
That's fair.
I'll be disappointed when it falls out from us later still.
Yeah.
Does anybody feel like picking 12 locks, or are we gonna maybe try to find some keys?
I can pick locks by smashing them.
Let's find out what else is around here first.
Okay.
That's good thinking.
So yeah, other places to go in this room. There's a door on the left, a door on the right, and then there's the hallway that was straight across from where you entered. And it's a dark hallway. You'd have to kind of move up to it to get a better sight on what's down the hall.
These doors have knobs, keyholes. Are they designed to be opened in or out?
They've got large iron rings set, and it looks like they all, at least these here, they push away from you, so they would open into the room.
Hinges on the inside. Okay.
Yeah.
No keyholes?
No keyholes on these, no.
Well, there's always the very scientific method of eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Push.
Dan, are you going to go push the door open?
Sure. Let's just get one.
Left or right?
Let's do the left door.
Okay.
And Berthulu was never seen again.
That's all right.
Hello, Honky Tonk demons? Are you here to...
It is
So-
appropriate for Dan to die.
It is. He dies at the end.
Or at the beginning.
Maybe. So you push the door open and you peer in by torchlight. It's a stone, empty room. Just nothing in here except for one thing set in the center. So maybe chest height on the opposite wall from where you entered. And it's a large mouth that is carved out of the stone. And it's kind of painted, so it's got these giant fangs on it. It's standing open. It's maybe like 2 feet in total, width. And looking at this giant mouth, it's got these large lips carved out of the stone, giant fangs coming out of it, setting on the tongue of this mouth, which is recessed into the wall. So like a cubby in this wall behind these teeth.
like the wall has the mouth.
Like the wall has the mouth. You see 2 things. The glint of metal, which right off the bat, your heart kind of jumps like, oh, it's a key. And the other thing you see is a severed hand.
Like a recently severed hand or a long time ago severed hand?
Are you going to move up closer to investigate?
Maybe I'll look around the rest of the room first before I get there. Make sure there's no obvious step here, die.
Why don't you go ahead and give me, what's your occupation?
God, I did not pick that.
Bear.
Bear.
Yeah, bear.
Sacrificial Dan.
Picnic thief.
Yeah,
we're gonna say you're a lumberjack bear.
that works for me.
So you're
I
gonna
trust
need,
him less.
Yeah.
As you should.
Lumberjack Berthulu needs to roll at disadvantage for a real quick.
I did as well as can be expected.
Yes, you did as well as I expected. So you give a look around. You feel pretty confident that there's no other traps or any threats in this room other than this weird ass mouth on the wall. But you move up to this mouth. Mm-hmm. And being a lumberjack, you've been exposed to severed body parts and limbs before. You look inside and you actually see it's a fresh severed hand.
Someone beat us here.
Blood drips a little bit from between the teeth. Some of the teeth are stained red. And you see this hand looks like it just got chomped right off by this thing.
So it's in the teeth.
It's on the tongue. So like someone reached in and the thing bit its fucking hand off and the hand just dropped. But you also see that kind of still clutched in this hand here is a small slip of paper. Also, you see a fucking key that looks like a musical note on the tongue.
Does anybody have anything useful to stick in there other than a hand?
I've got magic.
That might be useful.
Yeah.
Jake, you gonna go magic that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to manipulate a small object. Manipulate
That's what
and
she
move. Manipulate and move small objects.
Okay, give me a standard spell check.
Alrighty, here we go. 1 key coming up.
Yeah. You snatch the key up with your magic and it flies right into your hand.
Hey, that worked great.
You want to try and fish that hand out too, and we can see what's in the slip?
The slip of paper there.
Yeah, alright. Here we go.
Test.
1 hand coming up.
Okay. This time you use your magic and you successfully retrieve the hand and the slip of paper. But as the hand passes through the threshold of the mouth chomps down really hard. It reverberates in the room. It's loud. Maybe your ears ring for a second. But you have a key, a hand, and a slip of paper.
All right. Well, somebody who can read should probably look at that note.
Let's see.
Well, I think we got at least 2 of us that can do that.
Yeah. So if you look on Roll20, players, that is the slip of paper. And those of you watching, let's see. Those of you watching on the stream, the slip of paper is setting over the dice rolling box now. So you all can see what it is. So it's a slip of paper. Across it, it's got the letters Q equals H, V equals I, Z equals S, J equals R, X equals E, 7 equals A, P equals T, and Y equals, but the edge of the piece of paper is missing. Now, also, those of you playing, this is in your journal on Roll20. So if you need to reference it later, you don't have to worry about accidentally closing the window here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And if you need to, just ask and I can force it up on everyone's screen again.
Cool.
So that is the slip of paper you have, and you have the key with the letter A etched onto it.
Well, maybe
So that means
this
it probably
one
goes
has
into.
hole 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Find where I think we're in agreement that it goes into hole 7. So
It might be musical note A as well.
yes.
Yeah, we might want to find one more of the key before we start jumping to conclusions.
Yeah. Now, one thing that Bert, your character, did notice is above each keyhole is etched a letter. And you would remember seeing that there was a keyhole with the letter A etched above it.
The problem is there's 12 keyholes, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we only got 8 clues for a mapping here, so.
Well, we'll need more keys.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another hand somewhere with the rest of it.
Maybe.
Hey, what kind of hand is it? Human hand?
Yeah. Just
Is
a
it a
human
tasty
hand.
At this point, it's a chewed hand.
Dan, yeah, it's relatively fresh too. So
I've heard many of the great stories begin with gathering the hands of the dead.
this
You
must
say
be
so.
one of those.
I take the hand and I stick it up into my branches in case it's useful later.
Save that for later.
There you go.
Make a barehanded attack ranged.
Oh,
I mean, you never know. It might come in handy. I don't know.
that hurts me so.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you. All right. So, y'all heading back out to the room with the steel cylinder?
We can try the door on the opposite side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's opening this door?
Okay.
All right. So, Jeremy, you go and you push the door open. And in the center of this room, kind of floating there, maybe 6 to 8 inches off the ground, appears to be a standing person. It almost looks like they're kind of like floating like zero gravity. Initially taking the scene in, you see that they're missing a hand. You see there's droplets of blood floating next to them. And you also see that maybe a handful of inches from their head, another key.
Like above their head?
Yeah.
Or like in front or behind?
A little bit above and a little bit in front. So, this dude had a horn. The horn would be tickling that key.
Such a strange way of putting it, but
evocative though. I got where you were laying down.
It spelled it out perfectly.
He didn't react to us anyway, I assume.
No.
'Cause he's probably dead.
No reactions, just floating there back towards you.
Is there a puddle of obvious blood underneath him, like he's been bleeding out, or
No.
Yeah.
You actually looking around in the room, you can see a couple of drops of blood, but maybe 2 feet from him. So, between you and him, the few droplets stop. And you can actually, if you look, it appears to be some droplets of blood floating in the air between you and this person.
Can I just throw some rope out in his general direction and see what it do?
Sure. You take your coil of rope and you toss it at him. And it gets...
I'm going to hold on to one end.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yes.
just flies off?
It moves, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet from you. And it collides with like a soft wall. As this rope hits, it starts sinking a little bit and then kind of starts getting sucked towards this dude.
Up?
Towards him. So in it with a little bit of an upward cant.
Okay. And if I go ahead and pull on it a little bit, does it come back to me, or?
You have to struggle. Like there's some movement. You hear some little bit of slurping, and eventually the rope breaks free. And as you pull it towards you, you see that the end of the rope that you tossed at him, it's kind of wet and slimy, and it's almost sizzling a little bit, like
Some acid or something.
Yeah.
Gelatinous.
Does anybody have some fucking fire?
You guys have a torch?
For what I assume is a gelatinous cube of some sort.
I explicitly do not have fire upon my person at the moment.
Mr. Magic Man. What can you do?
I could light small fire.
A tiny thimble-sized flame.
Hey, have you got any arrows? Has anyone got any arrows?
And can I try and use my crossbow, take a focus action, and try to shoot the key out of the gelatin?
Sure, absolutely.
We could tie some rope onto it too and try and pull it back maybe if we need to.
So remind me real quick, what does the focus action do?
That's a good question. It's just what I have to do to have the marksman skill. It says I have to take the focus action, and then
it lets you roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you spend a turn aiming, so to speak, so that when you do shoot, you're more likely to succeed.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, absolutely you do. So go ahead and roll that with advantage.
Look at that. 2 successes.
Hey.
Fantastic. So yeah, you take a careful aim. You level your crossbow at this key. Your shot fires off. You see that it's like when you're watching one of those videos where someone shoots ballistic jelly with something. You can see the air cavitation follow behind the crossbow bolt. And you hear the muffled ting as the bolt hits this key, and you see the key start kind of floating slowly away from you. And maybe another foot or so of it slowly floating away from you. You see it actually drop and you hear the clatter of it hitting the ground. So you've pushed it completely through.
From our perspective spatially, are we still essentially blocked by this gelatinous column presence, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody got a stick?
I am a stick.
Well,
A stick we
Now-
can set on fire.
Oh, then
or,
no.
or just use to mind test our way through.
So with spell touch, you can move or levitate small objects. Would the key be small enough for that?
Yeah. He did. Jake did so last time to get the other key. So yeah, if you've got that too, you're more than welcome to give it a shot.
I do, but if if Jacob's character is the mage, I'm not going to give up yet.
Oh,
I can. No, okay. Okay, so
Feel free to go for it.
it's just 2 dice.
Yep.
Nope. You have to do
Okay.
a 5 or a 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you all noticed, but the monster has rolled initiative.
I saw that. I cried
So-
a little.
If you look on the Roll20 screen, there's a Defenders of Kobold logo for each of you. Click on yours and then roll initiative. I actually figured out how the initiative counter in Roll20 works today. So I figure I'm paying for the big fancy package. I might as well use some more of the features.
Package.
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 Let's see. Clicked on my token. What do I click to after I selected for initiative?
You click on your token, and then on
Yep.
your character sheet, you just click the initiative
Oh.
button.
Gotcha. That's the step I was missing.
Yep.
Interesting.
Which one of these is the initiative button?
It's in your dice rolls section on your sheet
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the top
I
right
see.
corner.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
gotcha.
3 of us rolled the
Lot
same
of-
initiative,
You're trying this
tying
again.
with the monster. No.
Oof. Oof.
Let's see. What do we got? Bert's. Why is not everyone in order, though?
Good question.
Okay. It looks like everyone's rolled. Bert, yeah, your character gets to go first.
Okay. Are there try again rules or once and done?
I'll let you, since we're moving into combat, I'll let you give it another shot. But yeah, usually if you try something and you fail, you have to do something to try and story-wise give you another option to roll that check. But yeah, moving into combat, I'll let you give it another go.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try to mentally yank that key towards me. Got a 6.
You do. You grab the key mentally and you move it straight up to the ceiling, and you can hear it ping against the ceiling, and you pull it across, and the key very coolly lands in your hand. You now have a key. Frenden, you're a tree man.
The creature that is in this room, like, in terms of ranges, is it essentially on the other side of the gelatinous column thing? Like, where is it? Are we talking?
The gelatinous column thing is the creature.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
would put it currently at, let me see. I forgot the words for the ranges. There is a handout with the ranges. I would put it at near for everyone currently.
Okay. With my heavy weapon, I can reach near. I'm going to take a swing and just see how it reacts to having a chunk knocked out of it with a big steel mace.
Okay, absolutely. Go for it.
All right.
You take a swing and your mace doesn't seem to have any effect on it.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So let's see. Jeremy and Dan, you two both rolled identically, so you can choose who goes first.
Well, you're technically above me in the list, so let's just keep it simple and you can go first.
All right. Well, I'd feel ashamed of myself if I didn't at least try to chop at this thing. And I am rather skilled with this here axe of mine, so I'm going to chop at it with advantage. Allegedly, I will.
There you go.
There it is.
So you take a heavy swing at this thing. And
You're not eating me.
You definitely feel like your axe definitely bit into it, and you can see it kind of quivers and recoils a little bit at your swing.
I like the way you shimmy when you die.
Dan.
Confirmed. Well, I'll just go in on this as well and do a little bit of clawing.
Sure.
Not very efficiently, it seems.
No, you run up, you claw at the thing. Your claws just harmlessly glide through it. It is now the creature's turn. Seeing as you're right up in its face there, Bear Thulu. It has this pseudopod come out and make a swipe at you, but you're easily able to move to the side. Once you actually see its surface kind of distort and move, you can get a better feel on where its actual boundaries are.
All right. And better yet, because it missed me, I get to make an attack with disadvantage.
Ooh, there you go. Roll your d6, and it's a hit.
Yes,
fantastic.
It's a hit.
Wait a minute. Are you an opportunist too?
I am.
Opportunist is
Beautiful.
great.
I almost selected that trait too. There would have been 3 of us.
So if we were playing 4th edition, this cube would be bloodied right now.
Nice.
So, Jake.
I'm going to hustle up forward and try and smack it with a mallet.
Okay.
Let's see here. Doopy-doop.
No.
Curses. Well, you never know till you try.
Yep.
That's right.
Top of the order is Bert with a key in your hand.
Has it dropped the body that was in the middle of it?
No, it's still floating in the middle of it.
Oh, it's still in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to know if there's more paper on that body or not. Otherwise, I'd probably abandon this.
I'm just wondering, is that like a in its stomach, I'm suspended in digestion kind of situation or not? I suppose a knife will find out.
Yeah.
Body isn't moving at all. I mean, does it look like it's being digested?
If you take a hard look at it, you can actually see parts of its clothes are starting to dissolve. Bits of skin are starting to kind of melt
so it
away.
is really fresh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my crossbow bolt kind of got it in motion, so maybe it will hurt it. Yeah,
Okay.
give it a shot.
Take your shot. Yeah.
You
Roll
may
your
have
check.
done more damage than you realized.
All right. So do you have to focus taking up a round and then you shoot the next round? Is that how that works?
Unless you have a skill.
Focus is an action, I think.
Yeah. So you would focus this round and then shoot next round.
All right. I'll just shoot. Straight up. There's a 6.
There's a
It worked
6. Your bolt bites into it. You can see your bolt kind of still floating in its mass. But yeah, it seems to have done some damage to it. You feel good about that. Frenden.
All right. Well, now that I know that weapons aren't being dissolved upon touch, I'm actually going to take the weapon I'm proficient in, which is my Warhammer, and try to wallop it in the face.
There you go.
Smash.
All right.
You do
Nice.
connect. You can actually see the exterior of this thing starting to weep. It's full.
Well, now I just feel bad for it.
Yeah. Its corners are kind of breaking down and dissolving a little bit. Jeremy.
Finish it.
Well, I love the smell of your tears, creature. Keep weeping for me.
There you go. And
shall.
Jeremy, with that, that is the slaying strike. As your battle axe bites through this thing, it kind of loses all cellular cohesion and starts just breaking down into a pool of like slightly hissing acidic slime.
Let's go see if that dude's got any paper on him.
He's
I take a moment to muse upon whether or not I can make bitters out of this.
they would be very bitter. Yeah.
Yeah. Extra bitter.
I checked the doodly doo, the book, and focus is an action, but it can carry on into other turns. So it lasts until you actually make an attack. So you could focus and attack at the same time.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Because this isn't a one. I've been playing DCC, so yeah, you can focus and attack the same turn.
You could even attack twice, supposing you're in range.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I forgot.
Now there's room for evade and stuff like that too, isn't there?
That takes an
you
action.
You could basically do twice any attack, move, evade, focus, any of those in a turn.
Yeah, it's like Zweihander, but you get 2 AP instead of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some merit to holding a point.
Or no, you'd have to choose to evade.
Right.
Yes.
It would automatically use that point.
Ah, gotcha.
It's almost like going into Overwatch in a
You
tactical
declare it.
shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on?
Is there anything on that key, and is there any paper on that man?
So the key has the letter B etched into it. And you spend some time fishing this dude out of the acid. On him, you find a handful of coins. You find a dagger. You find a lockpick set. But you find no other paper on him.
Can we like freely move unimpeded in the room without worrying about stepping into an acidic goo pile?
Mechanically, I'm going to say yes, but
Okay.
story-wise, you kind of have to maneuver carefully and kind of watch yourself.
All right, I'd kind of like to check the far corner that we weren't able to get to before. Just make sure there's nothing in the dark against a wall, just anything like that.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what letter or number is on this key?
It's a letter B.
Okay.
So, what's next?
Well, being the greedy bastard I am, I see no reason to let this here dagger and thieves' tools go to waste.
Yeah. Does anybody want either of those things?
Hands are too big.
Solid.
I'll take the lockpick kit. Nobody
Keep
else
the dagger.
wants
I would love nothing better than to see your bare hands use
it. It'd be
these
great.
things.
Your
be like-
bare hands.
It's gonna be like Deedle but with big bear claws.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's next?
So there's a passage, right, as well that we
in
haven't
the back.
explored.
Yeah, in the back of this room, there is a hallway.
I feel like that's our easy next opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go exploring.
Okay. So you all move back to this hallway. Once your torchlight gets there, you can see that there are 6 doors, 3 on each side. So 3 on the right, 3 on the left. They're evenly spaced. And this hallway kind of extends past the last set of doors and just ends at a dead end.
Okay. Who wants to pick a door?
How about we just clear all the doors on the one side and then go to the other side? So door 1 on the left.
Door 1 on the left? Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Works.
Seemed to work the last 2 rooms. I
Yeah.
see no
Door-
reason to change.
The doors don't look any different. They just
No,
all have
they're
the key
identical.
ring. Okay.
Yeah, just a ring on them. Oak banded. You move up to the door. Who's opening this door?
I'll open this one.
Okay. You open this door, and it's a kind of a rectangular room, just bare stone, no light in it. Setting at the far end against the wall, you see a treasure chest.
Ooh.
Standard run of the mill, has a lock on it.
Ooh. Got some lockpicks.
Yeah.
Is this treasure chest attached to the ground?
Are you going to go inspect it?
Sure. Let's go trigger the traps because I'm not good at looking for them.
Okay, so Bear Thulu moves up to the treasure chest to inspect it, pushing past Bert.
It's nice knowing y'all.
What are you going to do?
I just want to see if it's attached to the floor.
You give it a little scooch, and it scooches. It does not appear to be attached.
Okay. I'll stand to one side of it and push it to the other.
You stand to one side, and you push it away from you.
Nothing happens?
No.
All right. Maybe I'll just roll it over and try and open the bottom of it.
Okay. You roll the chest over. It's nice you're using the tactic that Bert told me about. It's all come full circle.
Come full circle.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a bear. I'm going to dig at the bottom of the chest.
You roll the chest
use
over.
my natural lockpick.
Yeah, and you just give it a couple of strong slaps with your claws, eventually breaking through the wood on the bottom of the chest. Setting there amongst the scraps of wood is another key.
Oh, good. Nothing else?
Nothing else.
All right. I will take that key.
Okay, and this key is marked with the letter C.
Oh, good. We're just getting them in order, but none of these letters match at this point other than A.
Oh, you're looking at the slip.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want to do in this room?
I can't think of anything unless there's something else we need to do in this room. Anybody see anything?
I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in this room after how eventful the other two were. You just kind of dug in a box. How about I get the door on this next one? I'm kind of feeling it.
Ready for
There you
some
go.
action?
Yeah.
So you move to the next room along the left. You swing the door open. This room actually has a lantern hanging from a hook on the ceiling, lighting the room. Standing in the center of the room, you see a hooded figure with a clearly skeleton face poking out from the hood. In his hand, he holds a giant scythe. His black robe is covered in rhinestones and gold threading, very similar to that of the Honky Tonk Man. And as you open the door and you see this Nashville version of death,
Nashville death.
yeah,
This Nash villain.
The Rhinestone Reaper.
the Rhinestone Reaper.
Yeah.
It calls out to you. Answer my riddle and have your prize. Do not, and you will die.
Oh, no.
Will you accept?
I turn to the group and I ask, do you think we can ask him if we can come back to this? do you think,
what if
do you
that
think
is
he's
the riddle?
patient? Oh,
What
that's
if
good thinking.
Yeah.
You're all smart with the magic seas and things. Why don't you take the lead on this? I'm just a stick.
All right.
My
So-
family was morticians. I'm not afraid of death.
So
I
Jake,
accept your challenge, you Rhinestone Reaper.
all right. So the Rhinestone Reaper, very well. And the Reaper asks this riddle. The maker does not use it. The buyer does not need it. The owner uses it without knowing it. What am I? And I'll repeat that for you if you need it. Just ask.
Why don't you give it to us one more time?
Absolutely. The maker does not use it. The buyer does not need it. The owner uses it without knowing it. What am I?
Oh, I'm so bad at riddles.
I am too. That's why there's always the option of combat.
Well, that'll happen when we fail, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot a magic bolt at it.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead.
It's got to
Well,
skip
that-
straight past it.
Jake, You are going to get a surprise attack, and then we're going to move into the initiative round we rolled before. So, Jake, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, I already did.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. 2 5s.
Okay. All right. This thing takes the hit. Top of the initiative order. Let's get back to the top. Is going to be Bert.
That's hilarious.
Stuck on that with your fancy words.
All right.
Yeah, I'll shoot a bolt at it while I ponder his riddle.
Okay.
Wait, guys, I got it. Meanwhile, zing.
Right.
There you go. That's a hit.
Yep.
All right. After Bert is Frenden.
All right. I'm going to swing my big hammer at him. That seems like a sensible thing.
It is because you connect. All right. After that's Jeremy.
This is my kind of party.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's
hell
another
is.
hit. You all are knocking this out.
He's like, I'm just a fan of limericks and riddles, please.
Why are you doing this?
Nerd.
It's a metaphorical death. I didn't really mean I'd kill you.
Dan.
Hey. All right, let's see if I can go break our stream up here.
Yep,
I did.
you did. Okay.
Don't worry. I'll go ahead and probably take it in evade action
Okay, cool.
for my last action.
Yeah, so it is the Rhinestone Death's turn. Jeremy, you moved up into melee range. So
I did as well.
Oh, you did as well. You know what, Dan? I'm going to roll a d6. Dan, you're 1, 2, 3. Jeremy, you're 4, 5, 6. That's a 1. Dan.
Oh, good. Well, I took evade, so
Yeah. It's going to attack you with its scythe. So if this connects, you can roll a d6 to see if you dodge the damage.
all right.
I rolled a 5 and a 6, so that is a connect.
Good.
So roll your
'cause,
d6.
I also get to take evade action tests with 2d6.
Oh, there you go, man. Roll that too. Oh,
Oh, you're a leaf on the wind.
yeah. Harmlessly,
Pirouettes.
you dance out of the way. Jake.
I get to attack with disadvantage also
Oh,
now.
shit. Look at you. Oh, that's a connect.
Giant bear, like doing the Matrix dodge
Yeah.
and then bring it back.
That's
Suddenly
it.
I understand how he's dainty enough to use them thieves' tools. He's very light on his feet.
That is absolutely beautiful. Jake.
Oh my god. That
Soak
was-
this up, Dan. You're never going to roll this good again.
Right? Well, I missed the attack, and I make it all back on the rebound.
There you go. That's it.
All right, I'm gonna run up on it and try to bonk it with my mallet.
All right.
There we go.
You
There
got a
we go.
hit.
I kept the streak alive. It just took some more time to get there.
God. I need to give you guys harder enemies. It's still up, though. Bert, you're up next.
All right, fire another crossbow at it.
There
I'm
you go.
sure Roll20 will find it in its heart to screw us over soon.
I think that misses with marksman. No, actually, it succeeds.
Three's hit on marksman.
3, 4, 5, or 6 with the marksman.
All right. You knock it down another notch. It's still
It's
up.
a fantastic trait. On my first run of this,
So,
I took one that lets
is there
you
anything
use
else,
focus
Bert?
for free.
No, I'm still kind of thinking in the background, like,
marksman.
what the hell? The buyer doesn't use it or
Could
need it?
attack
What?
twice,
What?
There.
remember?
Feces? What?
That's it. It's poop. Frenden, you're up
Yeah,
next.
if you sell it, you sure don't need it.
Warhammer to the face.
All right. That is a connect.
Boink.
And that it leads me to making a save for this character.
Oh no.
Nope. You destroy the Rhinestone Reaper.
The answer is you, I guess.
So his skeleton collapses onto the ground. Key clatters out of his robes onto the floor. And all that's lying there now is a Rhinestone Reaper's cloak, a giant sickle.
Who wants that cloak?
I'll take the cloak.
There you go.
It's less grim than my current apparel, so
There you go.
I was half tempted to take it too.
Okay.
Just
Now,
look ridiculous.
just between us, does anyone here need to know the answer to that riddle?
Yes.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something really stupid.
It is a coffin.
ooh.
That checks out.
And it
So-
was asked by the Grim Reaper, yeah.
What screwed me up is I thought you said a baker doesn't need it, not a
Oh.
maker. And so I'm sitting here like
Oh.
thinking of pastry puns and portmanteaus about donuts.
Oh, that's fantastic. No. Okay. And this key is marked with the letter D.
Well, we're getting them in order at least.
God.
Would anybody be opposed?
Yeah, as
if
we
I
leave
tried to
the room,
murder
I'll
somebody
say,
with a-
somebody better buy the Rhinestone Reaper a coffin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up his scythe just in case it's useful.
Okay.
Nice.
God, that was great.
Yes. Oh man.
It asked
I
us a
do.
riddle, then we beat the shit right out of it.
Just a flurry of blows too.
It was
He took one swipe and Dan just pirouetted and smacked him in the face.
We don't
Riddle
have
me
time
this.
for your
No.
riddles.
who needs to roll? Oh, hey, Jen, you showed up. What up?
Oh, shit.
Hey,
And Miko Bites.
Miko Bites.
Miko Bites, thanks for that follow. That's badass. I appreciate that. What color is what? The coffin or the rhinestone robe? Or the key? What are we talking about, Jen?
cloak.
Oh, the cloak. It's black with silver and gold rhinestones all over it. And like, musical bars and like guitars and
That's awesome.
yeah. Okay, so another room cleared. Do you all want to move on to the next room?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it. Room
Okay.
number 3.
Room number 3 on this side. You enter this room, and I've got a little bit to read because there's some shit in this room.
Oh shit.
So you push the door open. Who's leading the way?
Who wants it this time?
I'll take
Okay,
it again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
All right.
Everybody
In
gets
this
turn being
room-
the boss.
You see, right off the bat, a message chiseled into the wall. And let me put this message up. And we're going to show to players, show to everyone, and then also people on the stream. I've got it so you can see it too.
Oh gosh darn it.
You see a message chiseled into the wall. You see 2 pedestals. One pedestal with a bowl on the top of it. In the bowl, there are small stone tiles, about 1 inch by 1 inch. Each tile has a letter carved into it. On top of the other pedestal is a stone box sitting on top of it. The box has 7 shallow squares carved into it. Each of these squares is about 1 inch by 1 inch. And they are the size of the tiles in the other bowl. So you look inside, you see this message carved onto the wall. You see one pedestal with a stone bowl with these think like Scrabble tiles, but made of stone. And on the other one, you see think of it like a stone safe. And on the top of the safe are the recesses for 7 of these stone tiles to set into. I see a lot of hard thinking between 4 of you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there's Dan.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Thanks.
First word is create.
That was my
Create
guess,
that which. That's how far I've gotten so far. Create that which I is
gonna guess so.
Yeah, Jen, they are wearing their thinking helmets.
Yes.
And that
Watch those
bedazzled
hamster wheels.
Yeah, that bedazzled Reaper cloak is fantastic. He who wears it becomes the Rhinestone Reaper.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or they who wears it.
Suddenly, I'm very disappointed that my tree is oversized and cannot fit into the Rhinestone Reaper.
Meanwhile, it's oversized on me. It's just trailing behind.
Yes, Y equals. And so those of you on the stream, earlier in the dungeon, they found the strip of paper, which you can see. Q equals H, V equals I, Z equals S, J equals R, X equals E, 7 equals A, P equals T, Y equals the edge of the piece of paper was torn off. They couldn't make out what letter that was.
Yeah.
So how's it coming as everyone's doing
slowly as we are
create
our
that which is so
entertainment value
fragile
goes
to
way
utter something.
To utter its let's see.
Probably
Utter
just
its
name.
No, Ultimate Blitz. That is
Utter its
Name makes
Yeah.
sense there, yeah.
would break.
Why?
To utter its name would break
Break it.
break it.
Create that which is. Utter its name would break it.
it's another riddle room. Ah!
Is there something we
riddle
can
within
kill
a
in this
riddle.
room?
Anything that we can break is at life. 'Cause we're good at breaking that.
So you think you figured out the message. You've got the bowl full of stone Scrabble letters. And then you've got the other box, essentially think like a stone safe with 7 spots on the top of it that look like they would fit 7 of these Scrabble letters.
So we need a name to make with these letters.
Or a word. Silence.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what are you going to do with that?
Does that work? I think that works.
Yeah, it's 7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want me to be quiet? I'm not
So-
quite catching what you're putting down.
There's the letters over there that the little Scrabble letters with
Yeah.
which we could spell the word silence.
Yeah, and then on the top of this safe are the spots it looks like to insert 7 of these Scrabble letters.
Now the question is, and maybe this is getting nitpicky, do we need to reverse the algorithm on the password? So S is Z, I is V, E is X.
Are all letters represented in the Scrabble pile of letters to choose from?
Yeah, unless there's a number in the Scrabble pile, though, then
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
There are the full set of letters, multiples of every letter, and there's the full set of numbers, 0 through 1. And O is just a circle, and 0 is a circle with a little dash in the center of it to differentiate the two.
is there more than one of each?
Yes.
Like, could we try it both ways? Is
Yeah.
there enough tiles to do it both ways?
Right.
Okay.
There's probably a good couple of 100 tiles in this bowl. It's a large bowl.
I think unencrypted first would make sense because it's asking for it's asking for an answer.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't think the cipher is meant to be put in.
So you dig out the letter silence, or the letters to spell the word silence.
Sure.
All right, and you put them in the top of the box, and nothing happens.
Curses.
Yeah, do the reverse then.
Yep. I've got figured out SVLXNCX.
Give those to me again.
ZVLXNCX.
So you take the letters Z, V, L, X, N, C, X, and you insert those into those spots,
Yeah.
and the door to the stone chest swings open. revealing a key inside, and it is key etched with the letter E.
Ray,
Oh, yeah.
I did a good boy thing.
Yeah.
You're the cleverest bear I know.
He's as smart as he is nimble.
There you go.
Might even be smarter than the average bear.
Perhaps, although that might be a stretch, really. I only got one thing right here.
Okay. So, congratulations on solving that puzzle.
Neat.
Now, I do have to say, I have ran this puzzle before. And April, from our group, before I even finished explaining it, she had the letters all picked out in the reversed order. And as soon as I finished explaining, she hands me a piece of paper like, I put these, and I'm like, well, fucking shit. All right. So what's next? Are you guys going to work on the doors going down the right side?
Yeah.
Do you
And
start?
I'll say my brain does not work that way.
Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is the last puzzle, but it's not.
Damn. Who would have guessed?
Are you moving to the start?
Do you wanna
Like,
just go across and come back down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems wise.
okay. Who's opening this next door?
I'll
Okay.
take this one. Okay. All right.
No, you go ahead.
No,
That's
I'll
fine.
take this one this time.
You're so eager to die, you go right ahead.
I mean, it's why I'm here.
All right. You open this door, Dan, and there is paintings. There's markings on the floor. You see a kind of a rough grid. You see numerals. You see a spiraling line set on the opposite side of the wall. You see 3 letters with numerals above each one of them. I'm going to show you exactly what you see. And then those of you watching on stream, you get to see as well. So yeah, on the floor, you see that square with the lines and the spiraling pattern. And on the opposite wall, you see 3 levers. The first lever has XVI above it. The second lever has XX above it. And the third lever has XXI. The spiraling pattern on the floor first crosses over I, and then I, and then it crosses over a larger square, II, and then a slightly larger square, III, and then an even larger square, V, then VIII, then XIII.
Okay. I think I know what it is, but I think
Yeah.
I've also
Yeah.
encountered this puzzle before. So
Well, if you think you've encountered it before, why don't you let someone else answer?
yeah, which is why I'll stand by.
So, who's doing what?
I take a sip from my flask and I say, fuck these stupid riddles.
I feel bad for saying it, but there's math involved,
This one is
Yes.
math.
and nobody said there'd be math.
My tree mama didn't raise a mathematician. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm good at spatial reasoning. I can tell. I know what that's the golden ratio. It's a Fibonacci spiral. I know all that, but putting these numbers together, I just can't do it.
Well, if you ever need some, if you ever need to count something on your fingers, you should have some extra ones in your leaves now.
Oh, true.
Oh, that's true. You got that extra hand up there. Yeah. So what's going on?
So let's see.
Well, it's looking like 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. 5 and 3 is 8. And 8 and 5 is 13. Now, what exactly we're supposed to do with this information, I don't know.
Well,
I do believe we pull a lever.
that would be the simple, yes.
Particular level. I need more beverage.
You person.
I'll
Question is-
stand on the one where I'll stand on the one where the line starts,
Yeah.
and then I'll just kind of like hopscotch over to the next one,
Okay.
then hopscotch over to 2,
Uh-huh.
and so on, just moving throughout the pattern.
Yeah. Hey, 20 sides to every story. Thanks for the raid.
Hey.
It's fantastic.
Hey, thank you.
So where did you end up, Jake?
Well, now I'm on 13.
Okay. You guys, if you are not able to figure this out in person, I will let you roll some checks with your characters.
Hole 21.
You pull 21, and opening above you opens up in
I'm
the
assuming
ceiling,
21, yeah.
and the key drops down from above, and you catch it.
Most indeedly.
This key is etched with the letter E.
All right.
Is that correct?
F.
Or
Uh,
did I already give you E?
we got
F, I
E
think.
already.
This would be actually.
Oh.
Let me
Or
make sure I'm
did we-
doing this right.
I have us having A, B, C, and E, unless that was supposed to be D last time.
Oh, it was supposed to be D last time, so D dropped out last time.
Okay.
I thought we had the D key.
Let me go through my list here. It's
Yeah, I
A,
think
B,
we have 5 keys
C,
right now.
D. So E dropped out last time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So actually, 2 keys drop out here, both F and G. Is that right? How the fuck did I fuck up this math? It's A, B, C, D, E. Let's go. Give me a second.
Going to lean over and grab a beverage.
You know, it's always been a dream of our people to create an axe so powerful it could cut through mass.
And I'll point at the floor and I say, well, there it is. Go at it.
Destroy
Wait
that
a minute.
math. Show it what
Could I
for.
borrow that scythe?
Kill
Sure.
math.
I pull it out of my top branches and the hand comes down with it.
Okay. It's only F that drops out of this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, F drops out of the ceiling. All right.
I believe it's time for us to move on to door number next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now that's math I understand. Door next. That's
Right.
Cool. All right. So you move on to the next door. Who's opening this one?
I'll get it this time.
Okay. Yeah, yellow shirt Larry. It is a riddle for me too, but that's just basic math. So you open this door. It's a dark room, another rectangular room. On the far wall, directly across from you, there's a pedestal with 2 keys sitting on it. But on each of the side walls rests what looks like 3 corpses. So there's 6 corpses altogether. They lean against the walls and are inactive. But they definitely do seem to be either propped up or standing somehow with their heads drooping, eyes closed.
Do they have like weapons or armor or anything?
No,
like
they
that?
just look to be wearing moth-eaten, dry, rotted clothing.
well, that first mouth reacted to the hand and not nothing else. What if I take this hand and throw it at that pedestal and see what happens? You all good with that?
Yeah. Give
Go
them
for
some
it.
meat.
Branch,
all right.
you're a beautiful bastard.
I can handle that. Do you want me to roll anything for that?
You just roll me a standard,
Okay.
just to see how it goes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Brilliantly,
You pass
apparently.
it. You throw the hand, and it slaps into the 2 keys on this pedestal, and they bounce off of the pedestal, and they clatter to the ground with a racket as the 6 corpses lining the wall stand up, their eyes open. They look from the keys in the pedestal, and then they turn back and look to you
Oh,
as we move into initiative.
we
Why don't we just
tried.
close the door?
You can definitely close the door, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We can wait for them to get all bunched up in the
But
door.
I'm gonna keep with the same initiative we had earlier, and it's gonna go to Bert at the top.
You said they were dry rotted fabric, right?
Yeah.
Pitch my torch.
Now they're sinking with torches.
I want you to roll a single d6, and we're going to divide the result by 2.
Two.
Nice.
So 2. I'm going to roll saves for 2 of these. And they both fail as the flame catches onto these 2 of the 3 zombies on the left side, and it just goes up. They just almost immediately engulf. Just the perfect kindling with fire. It's quite impressive.
I'm going to remember to never steal from a merchant where you're from.
Let's
We have
see.
ways of protecting our bottom line.
Frenden, you're up next.
Keep yourself out of the
All
red.
right,
And he's in it.
I'm gonna try to steer clear of the 2 flaming ones, being a tree man, and move towards the closest one to me that is not close to them, and then swing with my
Sure.
second action.
Absolutely. So you move up, you take a swing,
Yep.
you absolutely connect. Where's my other notebook? Okay. Yeah, and you drop it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I assume they're being dead. Helped.
Yeah. And actually, let me adjust the stream. They don't need to see the math puzzle anymore. There we go. Okay. After that's Jeremy.
All right, I'll move up to a couple of them as well. And I'll give it the old heave-ho.
All right.
Oh, you son of a...
So you move and you swing, yet you miss. Dan.
I might also avoid the side with the ones on fire for a moment and go to
Okay.
the other side.
All right. There's
And,
2 on this side still because Tree Man finished one off.
I'll go ahead and waylay one of them as well.
Sure.
Or not.
But you miss.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now the turn of the corpses, or at this point, we can drop the veil and just call them zombies. 3 of them are up. 2 of them are on fire. 1 is down. Let me get my dice. Nope. The one that was down starts getting back up.
Oh, dang. Maybe we need fire after all. More fire.
The 2 that are on fire drop to the ground, apparently dead from, fire.
Fire poisoning.
Fire poisoning.
Relatable as a tree man. I get it.
Yeah. The other 3, one of them moves up to Tree Man and attacks, dealing 1 point of damage. The other one moves up to Dan. I forget, you're playing the bear. Dealing 1 point of damage.
All right.
And the third one moves up to our angry dwarven friend, dealing 1 point of damage.
Dang.
Bastard.
So
The zombies are doling out.
4
These are-
are up, 2 are down and burning. And now it is Jake's turn.
Boy. I'm going to shoot... I think I'll go up to one of them that's moving about.
Yeah.
The middle one on the right side.
Sure.
And then I'll take a swing at him with my mallet.
Sure, absolutely.
Hey, there we
You
go.
drop him. All
There we
right.
go.
That takes us back up to Bert.
So how much can you actually do in a round or an action?
You have 2 action points essentially. That action point covers movement, doing things, attacking. What
All right.
specifically are you asking?
Here's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to toss aside my crossbow, my pack, taking out the flask of oil that's in the adventurer's pack.
I will call that 1 action.
And I douse myself with the oil and I set myself on fire.
Oh my gosh.
I
he's a
will call
great
that
man.
2 actions.
Okay.
Go ahead and take a point of dousing yourself on fire damage.
I don't.
You
That's
don't?
the thing. Yeah.
Oh,
my
you're the
goodness.
salamander.
Pyrothermic healing.
Goodness.
That
I
is
thought that's where you were going.
Yep.
He gains health.
Next round,
Absolutely.
I'm going to go and love my brothers.
Maybe you go get those keys and then we make like a tree and leave.
now, Jake and Dan. How is hearing that phrase the proper way?
I don't
Because
know.
I like saying, let's make like a tree, but my ending statement is always, and get the fuck out of here.
Well, that works for this particular tree man in this moment as well.
All right. So, Bert, your salamander is completely engulfed in flames. It is highly impressive. Frenden, your tree man has a lot to be terrified of right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
With that in mind, I am using both of my actions this turn to get as far away from possible
Absolutely.
as the fire.
Running. That, I think, is a wise decision. That moves us down to Jeremy.
Well, I suppose I should try and line him up so he can just roll around on him and get him in fire real good.
Yeah.
So I'll chop at 1 with my first action.
Yep.
Nice.
And the good thing is, I know how to cleave into another one.
Ooh,
so I'll take
there
a
you
free
go.
chop with a disadvantage.
Bang.
So that'll be 1d6. So you
It's
dropped
thinking.
that one.
Sorry.
Ah,
And
All right,
that's-
fine. The
No.
cleave didn't go, but I'll use my second action for another chop.
Absolutely.
There you go.
That was,
Oh man.
What are you
Still.
going to do?
you dropped one.
it's doing that weird zombie head weave thing
Yeah.
as it
Why do these
shambles.
zombies have to be
Yeah.
ninjas?
Right? Dan, you're up.
How many of them are left by me at this point?
2 are standing. So I would say those 2 are by you.
All right.
2 are
I'm gonna-
down, and then 2 are down and on fire.
I'm gonna attempt to also just get him lined out for him. So this will just be great entertainment on the next turn.
Okay.
I hope. So I'll go ahead and give one a whack.
All right.
And I also have cleave,
All right.
so I'll attack another one. Dang, not so lucky.
Nope. So 1 is standing, 3 are down, 2 are down and on fire.
I'll go ahead and make my second attack.
Yes, absolutely.
There we go.
Hey.
Knock the last
All-
one down.
4 are down, 2 are down and on fire. And now it is the zombies' turns.
Yeah, some of them might get back up, but at least they'll be somewhat inactive.
I've never been so aroused by a bear before.
It's that mighty bear stink.
All right.
That mighty bear stink.
Say it right.
Sure.
That stank.
That is
Parfum works 100% of the time, 50% of the time.
Must you elaborate? So
okay. Out of the 4 that were down and not on fire, one of them gets back up. The 2 that are down and on fire aren't moving. And
would
the
hope
other 3, they just don't get back up. So it looks like there's only 1 active right now. And it uses 1 action to stand up. And those of you that were in melee range, so that's going to be Dan and Jeremy. The one that stands up attacks and deals 1 point of damage to Jeremy.
All right.
And then the turn passes to Jake.
Knock him back down.
Yeah, I'll go up and knock him back down.
There you go.
Allegedly. Let's see what happens. Hey, there we go.
Nice.
All right, you just wait for a flaming lizard friend, and this Chumbawamba business is going to stop.
That's right.
All right.
He's not going
Comes
to be getting back up
cartwheeling
again.
in.
I hope so.
0 are up, 1 is down, 2 are on fire, and 3 are down and not getting back up. Turn passes to our salamander friend.
Who
Get 'em
runs into the
all.
room, does a wrestler dive under the ones that are on the ground, spreading himself out.
Gator roll.
With that fantastic finisher, I am going to call the enemies in this room utterly and thoroughly defeated. They can recover, but not if they're taking damage from being on fire every turn. So, congratulations, Bert. That was one hell of a play. I am quite pleased by seeing that play
Pretty
out.
glorious.
Yeah.
As all of his clothing burns away, you find that he's wearing a brass cod piece. And that's the one thing.
So
All
that's
right.
the horn he was talking about earlier.
That's it. So you're able to go to the far side of the room and you find 2 keys, one labeled G and the other
All
one
right.
labeled A flat. So that means you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 keys.
Yep. And 1 room yet.
Yeah. So you're going to head down to the last room up here.
I
Yep.
do believe so.
All right. This is the room I've been looking forward to. Who's opening the door?
We saved it for last, I guess. Who wants it? If nobody volunteers, I guess I'll do it.
I'll do it.
All right. Jake?
I'll bunch up my rhinestone cloak and go and open the door.
Like a Rhinestone Reaper.
Oh, no. You push the door open and you're greeted by some real oddities for this dungeon. First thing is the sound of music. A lovely waltz. The room is illuminated with a soft, almost romantic candlelight. And you look inside and you see skeletons dancing around the room as one skeleton without a partner, they're all waltzing about, steps out and holds a hand out to you with a slight bow.
Ooh.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna smack this fucker with a hammer.
wait, I think they think you're the guy what used to wear that cloak.
All right. I'll take its hand then.
All
right.
Dance, Rhinestone Death.
So, Jake, this is, if this was 4th edition, it would be a skill challenge. This
no.
is Skeleton has invited you to dance with it. We are going to roll 3 tests. If you pass all 3 tests, you will get the keys that you desire. If you fail,
I will dance forever.
all 5 of the skeletons in this room will begin attacking because there's 2 pairs already dancing and 1 that is not.
Oh boy.
And that one that is not is the one that invited you to dance. So, Jake, what's your occupation?
Mortician.
That is definitely a standard dancing.
Oh, come
to.
on. He dances with the Reaper all the time.
You know what? I am not going
Look at him.
to.
He's, you know.
I handled death last time.
I am not going to argue with that solid logic. Jake, give me a test with advantage.
All right. Ugh.
Okay, let's just go ahead and move into combat. Actually, go ahead, Jake.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my lucky trait to re-roll one test per session.
There you go. Reroll that test.
Ooh.
There it is.
Nice.
Ah, fuck.
No, you did worse.
Very lucky.
So,
You know,
Bad
I've
luck
heard of
is
people trying to
still
get
luck.
lucky before.
Bert, you see the immediate failure of footwork upon the new Rhinestone Reaper that is Jake.
Maybe we should have
And
set the Baron after all.
with this immediate failure, you see all the skeletons take, presume, a hostile posture. And you know the tango is coming up, and it is not going to be a friendly dance.
Is the music still playing?
Absolutely.
What's creating the music?
You see a record player, an old, I don't remember what you call it, but with like the big horn that comes up over the top.
I shoot the record player.
Absolutely. Roll your check.
All right. So do this with
This might be the most
marksmanship.
important move in the entire combat.
There we go.
There you
3.
go.
That'll do it.
You ping the record player, you pierce the record on top, spinning on top, breaks apart, screeches, and immediately you can see that all of the skeletons in the room, without that beat going to help keep their movements in sync, their movements become very jerky and uncoordinated. They're still up, but you definitely notice a difference immediately in their behavior. So was that both of your actions?
Yeah, because I have to focus to do
Okay.
that. So
Cool. Let's see. After Bert is Frenden.
All right, I'm gonna move up to the one closest to Jake, who seems to be in the most immediate danger, and
Yeah.
wallop it on the head.
Absolutely.
Help.
Help.
All right.
Let's see. How'd you do? You did a great job. The blow that you deal to this skeleton doesn't seem to do the trick, and it stays up. Jeremy, you're up next.
Well, a wiser man than I might try to evaluate this situation, but I'll just walk up to the same skeleton and I'll say, "Mind if I cut in?"
Shop.
Beautiful.
Ah,
You move up, you
Yeah.
swing, you
There it
miss.
is. Roll
it
20s.
mines.
Roll 20 is turning
do.
against you.
Yeah.
What's up with all these nimbly bimbly undead? This is
I think they're taking dancing lessons from the bear.
oh, you
Speaking-
filthy traitor!
Speaking
You guys
of
caught in on
the
my
filthy traitor bear,
Glass.
Dan, you're up.
Well, I don't want them to spoil my picnic baskets, so
Mm.
I guess I'll have to go fight some of them.
So you move up to, are you moving up to the skeleton that's engaged with Jake or one of the other ones?
We'll go to a different one.
Okay.
We can spice up our life here a little bit.
Sure. You move up, you take a swing, you connect.
Yay!
Yet the skeleton, your blow doesn't seem to really do anything. But it was a successful attack if you have any mechanics that rely on that.
No, not just on that, unfortunately.
Okay. After that, it's all of the skeletons' turns.
Yes.
So, Dan,
Mhm.
the two that were there dancing next to you now, they attack.
As they do.
I am rolling great with real dice. You take 2 points of damage.
Oh no, that's not fair. You're supposed to be rolling horrible with fake dice like us.
I'll tell you what, seeing as roll 20 is turning, I am going to transition over for the rest of the night rolling on roll 20. So Jake, the skeleton you're dancing with, attacks you
Oh,
and
no.
hits you for 1 point of damage.
Oh no.
Oh, I can take a point. That's fine.
The two other skeletons are left in the room. They move up to the three of you. That would be Frenden, Jake, and Jeremy. And the first one attacks. I'm going to roll to see who it attacks. Frenden's 1-2. Jake is 3-4. Jeremy is 5-6. Jake, that would be you. And it attacks, but misses. The second skeleton is going to attack Jake once again, but misses. So, right now, Jake, Jeremy, and Frenden, you have 3 skeletons all up in your business. Dan, you have 2. And Bert, your salamander, was standing at the doorway with a crossbow. That passes the turn to Jake.
Good work.
All right. I knew I should have used this, and I'll bring out my mallet and go for a crushing blow.
Nice.
Bam. There we go.
There you go. You connect with one of the 3 skeletons that you are up. And it goes down, slain.
Actually, in my inventory, I have it written down as Mortician's Mallet. Would that allow me to do extra damage to their bones?
Yes, it would. But the 1 point you did was lethal.
Excellent.
So
Nice.
And yeah, you feel confident this skeleton is not getting up.
Hell yeah.
Turn then kicks back up to the top with Bert.
Right. Don't got a crushing weapon, so I'm gonna aim for like hip bones and
Okay.
go for
Okay.
disable.
Large.
Cool.
Blam. Oh, did that
Waiting.
not go through?
Or it's thinking.
might
Yeah,
be
it's thinking
thinking.
about it.
Sometimes the macros.
There it is.
There you go.
2 successes.
Absolutely. Were you shooting at the group that was around Dan or the group that was around Jake, Frenden, and Jeremy?
Well, whoever's being overwhelmed the most, I'm trying to
that would
weed
be
them out.
That would be Dan.
Yeah.
So you connect, and it goes down. You catch a hip bone. The pelvis flies out from the structure of the skeleton, and it just collapses onto the ground in a pile of bones.
He pelvic thrusted just a little too hard.
Just a little too hard. Is that it for you, Bert?
Yeah, focused action, so that's all
Cool.
I can do.
Frenden, you're up. There are 2 skeletons in your immediate vicinity.
And there's one by Dan, right?
There's one by Dan.
I'm going to move over to Dan and
All
give
right.
him a hand and use my Warhammer, which should be crushing, right? And yeah. And just aim for the knees, I think.
Go for it.
Sweep
Roll
the
your
leg.
attack.
Powder him.
That is a
Oh.
hit. But sadly, it doesn't seem to. The skeleton's knee joints reform right as your like the bones break apart and then come right back together.
What a jerk.
So the theory that maybe it was crushing damage was the trick doesn't necessarily hold up here. After that is Jeremy.
All right, so maybe it's not about crushing damage, but then I do realize somebody was kind enough to let me borrow this here Reaper scythe
Oh, there
to
you
cut
go.
into math earlier.
Yeah,
I'm going to try swinging that around.
go for it.
Now, if I have weapon proficiency heavy, would that big old scythe
Yeah,
fall
that would
under
be
heavy?
that would be a heavy weapon.
I'm just going to try and cleave right through this thing with a Reaper's blade.
Absolutely.
Let's see how you treat me, roll 20.
That is a
Good
connect.
enough. Good enough.
I need to click this button here. And it goes down.
Well, then I would like to cleave.
Absolutely.
Again.
And
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, nice.
your connect.
Is it?
And it goes down. Congratulations. There is only one skeleton.
Well, he did die. Can I cleave again?
You could, but the other skeleton is outside of melee range.
Okay.
So, anything else?
Don't worry.
I'll move
I
over
will.
to that other group.
Okay. So it is now 3 people surrounding one skeleton. Dan, it is your turn.
I will attempt to get this guy. That is a
And
success.
You swing successfully, and it goes down. You feel confident
Perfect.
that it is slain.
Gave him a smush.
So now what? You've defeated 5 skeletons.
Well, with the bunch of us that are in a circle together over the last remaining skeleton, I just want to hug them and say, see, through the power of friendship, all things are possible.
Right. Now let's smash their ankles just in case.
Yeah.
Good thing. Actually, you do that. I'm going to go back and get the hand I left in the other room.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
We might need that.
Yeah. So you get to work on smashing ankles. Anyone else doing anything in this room?
I'll get those keys.
Yep.
All right. Did I tell you when you entered where the keys were?
Oh, no, you didn't.
You look around the room, you don't find it. And then kind of looking through the piles of skeletons, you realize 2 of the skeletons have keys lodged firmly within their skulls.
Well, we'll just have to smush those 2.
You smush those easily, retrieving the keys B flat and D flat. And upon doing so, you begin hearing a loud, mechanical, almost grinding noise from out in the hallway.
Oh, well, that sounds inconvenient. Let's go see.
Actually, who all's hurt?
I am.
I've taken one hit point damage.
I have lost 3.
I'm at 2.
I offered to light you on fire. Works for me.
You'll solve all of our problems in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Or I'll put it this way: who has the fewest hit points?
I'm at 4 of 7.
Probably Dan then.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll try and spend an action to heal him for a 2d6 check here.
Okay.
Curses.
Does that? Okay. You do not heal him.
All right.
So if you give it a little bit, I'll let you try again, but your healing mojo is currently out.
All right.
As you all move back out to the hallway, where the hallway dead ended on the opposite end of where you came through, the hallway is dropped down and you see stone stairs descending into the darkness.
Wow. Well, that would possibly work.
Does that sound like that's where the sound is echoing forth from?
Yeah, that would be your guess on what that sound was, yes.
We still only have 10 keys.
Is that how many do you have?
I'll double check, but I think that's right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10. Yep.
That's what I've got too.
Hooray. I can still
Wait a minute.
count.
Do we have one? Okay. Do we
Better
have
than
me. Do we have an E sharp? Is that one of them?
No.
No, you have
Yeah.
B, D. So your prediction is you're missing E, that E, and that G.
Yeah.
We've got E and G.
Well,
We've got
that's
a regular E.
You
A
need
regular-
the,
Oh,
the
the
flat.
The flats, yeah. Well, I suppose let's go down there and look for some more keys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's find some more.
Okay.
Some more doot doot.
You
After
descend,
all, what's the worst that could happen?
right?
We'll play the Doom song.
I don't know. I saw some marvelous things today. I saw a bear dance like a ballerina, and a salamander light himself on fire and pirouette
pretty-
through a room.
It's a pretty great day already, guys.
Yeah.
You descend these stairs, and it takes you into eventually what appears to be an arena. There are bright lights, spotlights pointing at a structure in the center of this arena. A raised platform in a square shape with pylons on each corner with 3 ropes connecting between them all. Clearly a wrestling ring.
Oh gosh, can you smell what
And
the bear is cooking?
standing in the center of it with hips gyrating and arms in the air is the undead Honky Tonk Man. Hanging from his neck is one of your missing keys on a chain, and around his waist is the Intercontinental Championship belt, and affixed to the front of it is another one of the keys.
Oh gosh. Who wants to wrestle?
Now, you'll
I've
have to
never been
excuse
so
me.
happy to face my impending doom.
I was actually a junior welterweight in the Lucha Gore League in the force. So if anybody wants me to go in there, I am willing to. I'm
I
willing
bet
to
you
do
could
it.
pin him at least 6 different ways from Sunday.
Well, after the third count, just tell him stick around.
Works every time.
Yeah.
So he
Well, that sounds like science. I don't argue with science.
I like your brand of science.
very clearly, with all of you entering into this arena, the zombie Honky Tonk Man signals to you and boisterously gives a gesture, very clearly, bless you,
That's you.
very clearly challenging all of you to a wrestling match.
All at the same time.
Absolutely. All
I
at
start
the same
looking
time.
around. Are there any folding chairs nearby?
Yes, there are.
Ring bells and
Absolutely.
Folding tables. Yeah.
So, this is the only time tonight where I'm going to make everyone re-roll initiative.
Oh, who wants to set up a folding table so we can throw him out of the ring on it?
oh hell yeah!
I do. Oh man, I'm so excited.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but that's what I want to do.
So,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's weird.
It's
It's even worse than last time. You have got the lucky initiative, Bert. Here, give me just a second to run to the restroom real fast.
get out of here.
That's why you keep a second cup nearby.
Jeez.
I don't understand why this doesn't always put things in order.
Yeah. My character sheet was being a little weird there for a second too, so that might have been me lagging.
But we have everyone ready for initiative. I'll give you guys the opportunity here to kind of plan, come up with what you're going to do when it comes to getting into this ring. The zombie Honky Tonk Man stands clearly in the center of the ring, ready to go. I'll let you approach the ring, and we start with
Okay.
Bert's turn.
I've got two main ideas. Number
Yeah.
one, I can cleave off the top of one of the turnbuckles and expose it. Number two, if that doesn't work, remember the apron is the hardest part of the ring.
Are there any ladders, any suspended briefcases, anything else of note?
There are no suspended briefcases, but pretty much out in the audience area of this auditorium, you see plenty of folding chairs and then all sorts of just random junk. So other than a folding chair, if you're looking for a specific item to use in this, I'm just going to make you roll a standard check. If you succeed, you find exactly what you want.
Well, then I agree with Dan's plan of getting a table.
Well, first off, we're going to the Honky Tonk Man's turn comes through, and he's just gyrating in the center of the ring, clearly waiting for you all to come to him. Passing the turn to Bert.
Is there a bell?
There is a bell affixed to the side of the ring, and you do see a kind of a well-dressed zombie-esque tuxedoed with a little hammer next to the bell, ready to ring it.
Well, I go and I grab a folding chair and I point to the guy to ring the bell.
He ding ding ding, matches on. And with that, the turn passes to Dan.
I want to find a folding table.
Give me a standard check. You find a folding table. So you look for an action, and you grab the folding table out of the pile of junk, and you kind of drag it next to the ring. Setting it up would be another action, which you don't have.
That's all right. This is getting things ready. Worth it.
So after Dan, the turn would pass to Jeremy.
Well, seeing as I respect what Bear Thulu is doing and all,
Yeah,
I'll use my first action to help set up that table.
you set the table up.
And if you
Yes.
forgive just a wee bit of movement to go along with the second bit of action, I'll stand upon it and I'll wiggle my hips right back at that bastard.
All right.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
You give him a solid taunt back. The Honky Tonk zombie has clearly taken notice of your disrespect. Frenden, you're after that.
Is there like an undead announcers table translating the
Yeah.
action for all the undead?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna
there's-
take all the monitors off the undead announcers table.
Absolutely, yeah. You go up, you take off all the monitors, ready for some dive through action. Jake,
I'm gonna adjust my hat and my rhinestone cloak and make my way to the ring menacingly.
Yes.
I like that moxie. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
so I'll let you move up to the ring with one action. Do you want to move into it or wait?
I'll move into it and slowly remove my hat as I try to stare daggers at this
All right. So
honky
now,
tonk zombie.
Jake, who are you playing again?
I'm playing Olathan Colebrow, a mortician or an undertaker, if you will.
That's beautiful.
And I have a black hat and a big rhinestone cloak.
So the Honky Tonk Man and the Undertaker now eye each other up from across this ring. The Honky Tonk Man's turn, the Honky Tonk Zombie's turn comes up. And he charges at the Undertaker. And he, let's see. He's going to try and grapple you.
Oh no.
Shit.
I'm not a grappler.
And he succeeds. So
Oh,
the
no.
Undertaker is now subjected to a grapple from the Honky Tonk Man. Turn passes to Bert.
All right. Well, with
Wow.
him grappling, I'm going to sneak into the ring and hit him over the head with the chair.
With a chair, so
It's-
yeah,
it's prime time to get chaired.
Absolutely, make
So,
your
so I
attack.
say sneak, but I'm doing that obvious sneak thing for the
Right,
crowd. you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like with your shoulders bobbing and your feet going up and down.
Absolutely, make your attack.
Give the crowd a.
What?
A six.
You connect. Absolutely, you.
Do you make sure and jump up and when you do it at the same
Connect.
time so you get that loud sound
I
on
give
the
the
floor.
nature boy woo.
You connect hard with this chair. I'm going to make the Honky Tonk Zombie make a save to see if it maintains its grapple through this attack. And it does not. You break the grapple between the Undertaker and the Honky Tonk Zombie. Dan, you're up next. The table is set up next to you. Your dwarven friend is standing on the table, gyrating his hips at the Honky Tonk Zombie.
All right. I feel like I need to find a way to get the honky tonk zombie over to that table.
You got options. You can try and taunt the zombie, which might be tough because it's currently engaged with two people in the ring, or
Yeah.
you can move into the ring with an action, and then you can try and make a grapple.
Let's do that.
So you move in for one, make me a standard test, and this will be to see if you grapple. You successfully grapple the Honky
All
Tonk
right.
Zombie. So the two of you are now locked into, that wrestler back and forth.
Yeah, where we're
Collar and elbow tie up.
Yep.
there. It is.
Jeremy, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm feeling a little bit down that he ignored my sexy hips.
Only because he got confronted with the Undertaker.
Which is
I
fair,
understand. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not leaving this table, but I will take that dagger I took off the rogue's body earlier
Yeah.
and I'll throw it in his back, being
Absolutely.
the bastard I am.
Absolutely. Make your attack. And I just want you to know, if you miss, I'm going to make a percentile. And if it's my percentile, if it's 0 through 50, your dagger is going to hit Dan.
I'm waiting to hear where the problem lies.
There's no problem. Make your
No
attack.
problem.
We call that
Okay.
a Dan 6.
So roll your throw. Oh,
Hey, look at
absolutely.
Right between the shoulder blades.
Dan
Right
lives a
between
little
the
longer.
shoulder blades. You drop him another point. Seeing as he's not the one that initiated this grapple, it doesn't break. So he's now he has a dagger sticking out of his back. He's grappled with your dwarven. Dan, you're a dwarf? No, the bear.
I'm a
He's
bear.
grappled with the fucking bear. Frenden.
And then
Oh, go ahead.
for my other action, I want to be ready to kind of like position my feet so if somebody were to fling them out my way, I can do some sort of reaction.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll allow it. Yes. You prepare yourself to assist in like a flying power bomb through the table. Frenden, you're up.
What it's all for.
So I'd like to move over to to Jake, posing as the Undertaker.
Yep.
And I'd like to take the hand from the other room, posing it as though it is Undertaker's urn, and give a nice pallbearer. Oh, you have this, Jake. You have focus. I'm sure that for doing this, you'll get advantage on your next
Yes.
roll.
Yes, he will. Jake, on your next attack, you now have advantage. Your next attack or grapple, you now have advantage. Absolutely
Oh my
beautiful. And Jake, it is your turn. The Honky Tonk zombie is grappled with the bear.
I'm going to try and grab hold of this guy's. Oh God. Actually, there's something I got to do. First, I got to make the hand light up. So I'm going to try to cast a spell to make the hand illuminate
Give me your spell check.
Yes.
with advantage. So there we go.
Absolutely, the hand
Yes.
lights up. Yes.
Who
All right,
cares
now
about winning
Yeah,
flavor?
it's about the show.
It is.
Now I'm going to try and grab the Honky Tonk Man's feet and put them on my shoulders.
Yes.
Absolutely. Make me that grapple check.
Ah, damn.
Oh.
Oh man. All right.
You try, but he's able to break free from your attempt.
No.
Gives you a little shimmy shake.
Yeah, he's still gyrating his hips.
It does turn to the Honky Tonk Man's turn. He's going to try and reverse this grapple on you, Dan,
No.
which he does not. He's not able to get free with his first attack. Now he's just going to try and break out of the grapple altogether, which he does. So
no.
initially he tries to get the upper hand over you and push you back against the ropes. You don't budge. You're a fucking bear. So the next one, he just uses his action to just break free of your grapple. So the Honky Tonk Man is free, and it is moving to Bert's turn, who's still standing next to them, chair in hand.
I look around the ring. Do I see his championship belt anywhere?
It's on him. He's still wearing
on
it. Yeah.
All right. I would like to kind of act like I'm going in for a grapple, but what I want to do is grab a hold of that belt and yank it down so that it goes around his ankles.
Absolutely. So I'm going to make you roll. I'm going to make you roll 2 tests here. It's going to be 1 action to grab it, and then 1 action to manipulate it.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I
You
grabbed
got,
it.
you got a solid ass
That's a
hand
good
on
start. Come on.
Yes!
it. Yes. The belt now rests around his ankles. He's going to have to deal with that in some way. That is absolutely beautiful. Dan, it is the bear's turn. The Honky Tonk Man has broken his grapple from you, but now you can see that the belt sits around his ankles.
I really needed him to be. I think I needed him to be grappled to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to pick him up and throw him at the table.
Now listen, you can make a grapple check
Yeah.
to see if you can grab him, and then you can make just a standard check to see if you can throw him.
Okay. All right. The standard on both of them.
Yeah. Give me you'll get advantage on the first one because not only is he trying to keep from getting grappled, he's trying to not fall on his ass because of the belt. So you get advantage.
Gotta try and do that, like that sideways grab where you grab him in the shoulder and under the leg.
Yep. So yeah, you got the grapple. Now give me another standard test
And I'm
See
gonna
if you
try
can
and
get the throw.
yeet him over at the table,
Absolutely.
where hopefully Jeremy is ready.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You get it. You get it. Jeremy, roll me your attack. So all of a sudden, Honky Tonk Man Zombie is flying through the air at you.
Ah, wonderful. If I had Resolute that gives me advantage on saving throw type situations, would you let me take advantage on this?
Absolutely, I would.
Excellent.
3D through the table.
Absolutely. You seamlessly grab the Honky Tonk Man, turning it into a spiraling power bomb right through the fucking table.
So good. Also,
so
thanks for
happy.
that follow.
I am going to up that to 3 damage you just dealt.
Yes.
One for Dan, one for Jeremy, and one for being just a badass maneuver.
So happy.
So the Honky Tonk Man is still still up, but he's currently prone, being kind of almost held down by Jeremy's dwarf through the remains of a broken table.
Is this where we like spend a turn just showboating in the ring while he gets back up?
That's entirely up to you, but now it passes to Frenden with a glowing hand in your hands.
I would like to first move to him, and second, jam the glowing hand in the center of his vision to try to obfuscate his sight. Just get him in a headlock and just put the hand in his face. A total sign of disrespect.
Give me a standard test.
All right.
You get it, but he's able to slap the hand away. Jake,
Having any of that
He's
funky
dead.
business.
He has no eyes.
what is the Undertaker doing?
Fair.
I'm gonna leave the ring to go up to the announce table now that it's all cleared out and smooth, and then I'm gonna climb on top of the announce table and say, "Give him to me!"
Okay, so yeah, you're on top of the announcer's table. Frenden, you need to check out the Twitch chat. There's a Marcel Trinidad. I used to watch Frenden drawing while I played something. Now I'm here drawing while I watch Frenden play something.
It's the circle of life. Who knew it involved trees and undead wrestling?
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And bears and dwarves. And
Yeah, thank you for that follow. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that is super cool.
So, Jake, Undertaker gets out of the ring, gets up on the announcer's table, and billows out, "Give him to me!"
Yeah.
Next up in the initiative order is actually this dude's turn.
see what he's got up his sleeve for us.
He has to roll at disadvantage to even try to get up.
Because he's got a belt around his ankles.
He's got a belt around his ankles. He's being held down by a dwarf, and then he's got a tree man holding his
Haggling some
head,
shit.
trying to jam glowing hands in his eyes.
As one does.
But he
Oh,
succeeds on getting up. So he's standing there. He turns. I'm going to roll myself a d6. On a 6, I'm going to re-roll, and that is going to be the person that I go after. That is a 1. Frenden. He is not thrilled that you just tried to put that thing in his face. So he is going to make an unarmed attack against you.
Okay.
And he connects. He just
Oh,
a
my
powerful overhand strike right down on the top of your branches, dealing you 1 point of damage.
Unacceptable.
Let's see.
Wow, rude.
Yeah.
White.
What did we ever do to this guy?
Well, you don't get to be the champ for no good reason, right? Like,
It's true.
But now that the Honky Tonk Zombie's turn is over, it goes back to Bert, who is still standing in the ring after having successfully debelted the Honky Tonk Zombie.
Want to reach over, want to grab the bell, and leap out of the room and slam it onto his head.
Oh, beautiful. Roll me an attack on that.
Oh,
Sadly, your aim was off. You grabbed the bell, and you just whiff, catch air. Dan.
All right, Undertaker wants him, right?
Yeah.
Undertaker wants him. So your bear is still in the ring after having tossed him to the dwarf who did a power bomb.
All right,
Through
how am I
the
gonna
table.
set this up? I think I'm gonna get out of the ring and just shove him.
Okay, yeah. Give me a standard test just to see if you can just fucking shove him towards the announcer's table. And you do.
There we go.
He stumbles up and he bounces across against the announcer's table. Now, Jake, he's not on the announcer's table. He's now standing adjacent to it.
Which is fine.
I got him there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's up to Jeremy to take him the rest of the way.
Jeremy, your dwarf drove this dude through the fucking table last round.
I set him up. Jeremy knocks him down.
You know, I always like a good bit of follow through. I saw what the Undertaker was trying to do with that up on the shoulders business.
Yeah.
I think it's only appropriate to set him up proper for the Undertaker. So I'll get up
Right.
behind my stubby little shoulders and I'll lift him up.
All right. So here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you roll me a grapple. So that's going to be 2d6.
All right.
And then I'm going to have you roll me a strength check.
All right.
Good luck.
Maybe. Come on,
It's
roll
thinking
20.
hard about. No.
You try to
Whenever
get your
whenever it lags out, it's a bad roll.
yeah. You try to get your arms around him, but he breaks free. You do have another action, so I would allow you to try and get another grapple behind him if you wanted to.
Just getting the grapple on might be worth something.
I'll do it.
Roll 20, man.
It's them shimmying hips. I just
You're reaching, there was hip, and now you're reaching, there's not hip anymore.
And I'm reaching for behind, and I'm trying to be careful what I do. Grab you.
I used to have the belt to delineate the space of what was where on his body, but now it's gone.
Not anymore. Frenden, you're up next.
I'm catching what they're putting down in regards to setting him up for the Undertaker to finish him off.
Yeah.
So I am going to do my best to get up under him and hoist him into the air
All
as
right.
a willing supplicant for Jake's.
Give me a strength test to hoist or to grapple him, and then give me a grapple test and then a strength test to hoist him. So you're gonna need to roll
Okay.
me 2 checks. No.
Could he make that with advantage because somebody else is trying to grapple him?
Sure.
Okay.
There
so
we go.
make that again. Absolutely. You get a grapple
All right.
behind him.
Yes.
Now give me that strength check. Now, Jeremy, I'm going to say since you were trying this, I'm going to let you dive in on helping Frenden out. So go ahead and make that that strength test to lift him up, Frenden, with advantage.
Sure thing.
And you do. The
There it
Honky
is.
Tonk zombie is now up on the table with the Undertaker, which passes the turn to the Undertaker.
Well, first things first, I'm going to take my thumb and slide it slowly across my throat.
The action, the showboating hypes you up. Whatever you're about to do, you'll have advantage on.
All right, I'm going to try to reach down and grab this guy by around his shoulders and pick him up upside down.
Absolutely. You're going through the tombstone pile driver.
Absolutely.
This is the most important roll of the night.
okay.
No.
Now, I'm
I'm
just
gonna
going to
try it
say,
again.
yeah, that thumb movement, but you don't have advantage on this one.
All right.
No. No.
He, and I do
What I
want you
get
to
for
know
being
this.
a dwarf.
You tried to pick him up the first time, you failed. You tried to pick him up the second time, and you rolled 2 1s.
Ooh.
Make me a
yeah.
Might go the
standard
other
save.
way.
So that would be just a 1d6.
2d6, standard save.
Okay.
Okay.
1d6, though.
He tried to counter that and get a grapple on you, but he was not able to. But it does pass the turn to him. So he is going to
Sadly,
try. Go
As the
ahead.
great bard Shakira once said, the hips don't lie. Those are in the cards for now.
He grapples you.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
And then he goes through the movements to complete his finisher.
The shake, rattle, and roll.
The shake, rattle, and roll.
Oh,
Driving you through the announcer's table, dealing 3 damage.
All of our work to set you up, and it backfired.
Bert, you're up. Now the Honky Tonk Man and the Undertaker on the ground while the rest of your allies surround the remains of the announcer's table.
That mortation has a family.
So where is the Honky Tonk standing?
He's actually on the ground after completing the shake, rattle, and roll through the announcer's table. So him and the Undertaker are kind of like a mess of limbs right now, tangled up in the remains of the broken announcer's table.
Okay. Still with the bell in hand.
Yeah.
I will leap off a nearby chair and just jam it into his crotch.
Absolutely. Make that.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Yes!
You ring that bell.
Loud ding sounds as it crashes into his
That
pelvis.
is fantastic. Dan, the Honky Tonk Man is now entirely engrossed with clutching at his damaged, zombified family jewels.
All right. I need someone who wants to collaborate with me, and I think it's got to be you, Jeremy.
All right, I'll let you two take your turn simultaneously then.
I want to pick him up and like turn him around a few times and throw him at someone, and then they can take an action on him when he's running, like, you know.
Okay, so Dan, I need you to roll me a check to lift him up. You're going to have advantage because he's not paying attention.
And it's going to be more like he'll be like stumbling going forwards.
Yeah.
So not quite the overhead throw, but advantage. All right.
You get him up, and now you're going to do your little spin and toss him to Jeremy. Give me another advantage test.
Oh, okay. Advantage.
Yep.
No.
But he comes to, and you don't manage to push him the direction if you wanted to. All you did is help him stand up.
Disappointment.
Turn passes to Jeremy.
Well, I'm in the spirit of good showmanship. He vaguely summoned my direction. I'll try and get him up on my shoulder, and I'm gonna basically try and do one move to get up on my shoulder, and the other move to basically lawn dart him into the apron.
Oh, absolutely. So roll your check to get him up on your shoulder. No.
Just stop wiggling your hips, you little bastard.
Those hips.
It's all
what
that
are you gonna-
lycra he's wearing.
Yeah.
So enchanting.
What are you going to do with that other action?
I know it's not sporting, but I'm going to punch him in the jimmy.
Give him another punch in the Jimmy.
Just double down on that.
Yeah. So, between Bert and Jeremy, you two are really, really driving it home on the
We're
ringing
working
that
the
bell.
lower abdomen.
Yeah.
We'll know he's hurt when he stops gyrating.
Yeah. Frenden, you're up.
Well, following the popular wrestling convention of working on an area until it's sufficiently weakened, I'm going to attempt to lift him up and jam his junk down onto the stairs going up to the apron.
Oh, absolutely.
So a corner shot on the steel stairs, which everyone knows is like, that's up there with the belt, getting down the stairs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So give me a test to lift him, and then give me a test for that attack.
All right. No on the lift. And so I'm going to just try to follow up with driving the severed hand up and into his groin.
Okay. Go ahead, make that. No. The gyrating hips deflects your attack.
They're
Magical.
not broken enough.
These are enchanted bones.
Yeah. So, Jake, it passes to the Undertaker's turn. You're still lying on the ground, the remains of the broken announcer's table.
Well, I guess I'll get up. No, first I will sit straight up,
Yeah.
and then I'll get up.
Okay. I'll count that as your one action.
All right, then I'll move to the ring apron
Okay.
and try to, if I can, I'll get up on the ring apron.
Sure. I'll let you do that with
Okay.
your action. Yeah. So, okay.
And that'll be it.
Okay. So the Honky Tonk Man zombie, having just been connected in the junk again by the tree man, he's going to turn and he's going to make against the tree man. but he fails. So he swings again with another overhead fist. It fails again. Bert.
Tree's doing its own gyrating.
He can't do the proper stomp that he needs for the punch with his belt on his ankles.
Yeah.
I look around for his stunt guitar that he would use for a finisher.
Give me a standard test to see if you can find it.
I'm sure there's a ton of them in the ring.
Oh
No, you don't see it.
Oh well. Okay,
That's
so
what we're here to get.
Now, I'm not going to call that one of your actions. Just glancing around for it is free action.
All right. I am going to run up his back, and being a small lizardly sort of thing,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of curl around his upper back and pull my hands over his eyes so he can't see.
Absolutely. So give me your test to see. We're going to call it a grapple test. If you succeed,
No.
roll 20. So you run up his back. I'm going to say you're on his back right now, but you try to get your hands around his eyes, and he just kind of swats them aside. Moving us to Dan. What is the bear doing?
Oh man, I'm starting to run out of creative things to do.
This fight's dragging on. We just need someone to put a good finisher on this guy.
I know we keep trying to enable them here. I feel like maybe I should toss him into the ring here.
Or
Back in. Or
if you're talking about tossing, how do you feel about a fastball special?
Oh, that would be great. So, Dan, give me a check to see if you can pick this dude up, and then another check to toss him at your dwarf friend. Is that what you're going for, Jeremy? Or were you thinking the other direction?
But if you go X-Men, it's him tossing me, but him throwing somebody else into a lariat is also good.
I'll throw you. That'll be great.
All right, so Dan, you move up
and I'm willing to let you do it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to make you roll. So Dan, you move up, and with your first action, you move up and you pick up the dwarf. Your second action, throw the dwarf.
I actually already rolled it. It's a 5 and a 6.
The dwarf has been tossed. Jeremy, it is your turn. What are you going to do, and do it with advantage?
Well, as he throws me, I kind of go over and kind of natural selection style, just do a fly over neck breaker.
Absolutely. Roll your shit. Oh, that's it. You catch him by the back of the head. You over your shoulder and just boom. As the Honky Tonk Man falls to the ground unconscious.
Yes.
And
Quick, get him in the ring.
There you go.
Doing the cocky pin, Jericho style.
There you go.
There it is.
Pins don't count unless it's in the ring.
Oh, yeah. Bastard.
Frenden, you're up.
That's why we got to throw him back in the ring here.
Now he's he's
I got carried away.
He's down, so if you want to move him around, I'm not going to make you roll.
All right. I think that the instinct to move him into the ring is a good one. And I am very upset that he took advantage of the announcer's table that I set up for his downfall, not ours.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drag him to the ring and throw him under the bottom rope.
All right. He is now in the ring. Jake, it's the Undertaker's turn.
All right, seeing as how it was easy to just pick him up and move him around, I'm going to climb in the ring and pick this guy up.
Okay.
I'm going to pick him up around his shoulders, upside down.
Okay.
Then I'm going to drop to both knees and smash him headfirst into the ground.
Absolutely. I'm just going to give you auto damage for that.
Then I'm going to pin his hands against his chest and just wait.
He gets to make one check to see if he breaks the pin.
He doesn't.
1, 2, 3. The bell magically rings from Bert's hands. Ding, ding, ding. And with that, the Honky Tonk Man zombie turns to dust. The ring that was around his neck on a chain is lying there in the pile. I'm sorry, not the ring. The key that was around his neck is now lying in the pile of dust. And the other key is still affixed to the front of his belt, which is still around his ankles. You now have the 2 remaining keys?
I take the
There was never a
championship
bastard
belt and
as
I
magnificent
drape
as
it
you.
over the Undertaker.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The Undertaker, now the Intercontinental champion.
And as the remains of the Honky Tonk zombie drift away, I'll shout out, "Rest in peace."
Beautiful.
I slowly raise the glowing hand aside my friend, the Undertaker. Shake it loftily into the air and back down.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Sammy showed up. Sammy, what's up?
Indeed. And she even got us some pointy bits.
That's fantastic, Sammy. All right. So, what's happening next? We could just hand wave and say you all gather the keys, move upstairs, insert all the keys in the corresponding holes, and the steel tube rises from the ceiling, or rises up through the ceiling, revealing the Honky Tonk man's signature magical guitar hovering there, bathed in golden light.
We did good, boys.
With that, you all have completed the dungeon, retrieved the relic, defeated the Honky Tonk zombie. Congratulations.
Hooray!
That was pretty great.
In the end, it was the power of friendship, with all the cooperating in the ring.
was.
You know, yeah,
It was. It absolutely
It really was.
was.
So I feel like we all learned something today.
That was
That
good.
was so fun.
It takes at least 2 people to put someone through a table.
It does. So, did you all enjoy yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't
Fantastic.
forget the important takeaway from this: zombies got nards.
Zombies got nards.
I wanted to make the Monster Squad joke
God.
too. I did.
Zombies got nards.
Oh, that is
We found
absolutely
them.
beautiful.
Man's
We busted
got
'em.
nards.
That is so great. I don't know. That's it. Congratulations. You beat the dungeon. You gain the item. If we were continuing this on, you all would get experience points and it would be great. But this was just a fun little one shot. So maybe we'll see if in the future, maybe it turns into a 2-shot at some point. Who knows? I don't know.
Invoke Champions rematch clause.
There you go. There you go.
We got to find a buyer for that guitar to fund our new pro wrestling enterprise.
That's it
Yeah,
right
really.
there.
Yeah.
With that, we're going to go through kind of our sign-offs. If you guys got shit you want to plug, I'm Chuck, Defenders of Kobold. You can find us here on Twitch. Subscribe, follow. I don't fucking know. You can also find us every other Friday on twitch.tv/ZwyhanderRPG as we run our Bloody Marches campaign. You can find Dan and I every Monday currently over on twitch.tv/TheLollygaggers. I think that's the right URL because we're playing the RPG Heart that Jeff from the Lollygaggers is running. So Bert, Frenden, Jeremy, you got shit to plug. Please do so now.
All at the same time.
No. I'm easy. I'll go first. Frenden is my name. If you go to twitter.com/Frenden, you'll find me. And I just post art stuff. I'm not hawking anything at the moment. Just
There.
if you want to see some art, probably from this session, just go there.
Go there.
I'm sure it'll
That's
be
it.
fucking glorious.
He's amazing.
You can also buy the 2019 Gong Farmers Almanac from Goodman Games, and you can see his art there in the Mutant Crawl Classic section. And fucking that robot Bill is so badass.
Yeah.
I really like that one. It's fun.
I want one of those for myself.
Yeah. Bert, you want to go
can make that
next?
happen.
Oh
Sure,
shit.
check out Of Steam, Steel, and Murder, a podcast where we play all kinds of different role-playing games, long format and single shot. You can find
There
it
we
at bluemagic.com, BLUEMAGIK.
There we go. And then also, hopefully this Sunday, we still got to get some players confirmed. You're going to be running some of us through Shadowrun.
Yeah, using Fate Accelerated. The idea is we're going to do Shadowrun through several different game systems because no version of Shadowrun was good.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, that'll be on Notorious DMG TV. I don't know the time yet. Follow me on Twitter. I'll make sure to post it there. It's Jeff and I have confirmed so far. So we're still recruiting some players. I'm sure we can get enough people. And if any of you here playing with us tonight are interested, just let me know and I'll get you in on that.
But you could give me a definite maybe without talking to Jamie first.
Okay. Well, you go talk to your wife and we'll see what we can do. And last but not least, our fellow, legitimate bastard.
That's right.
That's right.
So there, Jeremy, you got anything you want to plug?
I mean, not much more than what you already said. I mean, clearly, I would love people to go watch the Bloody Marches. And what I'm personally excited about, because I'm a selfish bastard, is it the 16th? Is that when it's coming?
That is the 16th, Dark Trails on Defenders of Kobold.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to play some
And
Dark
then
Trails.
also the following Wednesday, the 20th, we're going to be playing some Tiny Dungeons, and Bert will be back for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look to see if we still got any spaces left. But yeah, we're going to be doing some Tiny Dungeons, and I'll have a mega dungeon, a 4-session just dungeon crawl that I'm currently building. So yeah, Bloody Marches, come back and see us on the 16th because you're playing a Bedlamite. Is that correct?
Oh, hell yes.
It's
I'm going to be...
Great.
Oh, it's the best. I'm playing a dentist that believes that teeth are the windows to the soul.
That's so beautiful.
The question is, do you intend to open those windows or keep them shut?
Open.
You'll see.
Oh, you'll see. There you go. Poison Ivy Pika, thanks for those bits. We're actually getting ready to sign off. I had a blast tonight. This was a great little dungeon, and follow all of us. Everyone here is fantastic, and it's a fantastic. Thanks for letting me run this for you guys.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll
Absolutely.
sign off. So until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and wash your fucking hands. Deuces. And let's. Oh, nope. That was the wrong button.
Oh,
This
maybe.
is the right button.